Good morning, Algebra Scholars. We are going to go over this very quickly because I sat in office hours for 2 hours and only had 1 or 2 people come help. But I will show you what I've done, at least for your assistance to start. So at the top, what you want to do is take a look at these special right triangles. This is in direct reference to a video I did a couple weeks ago where we talked about them. So those are your sides. On the second one, you're supposed to write each angle as radian measures. So in black down here, I wrote a few of the more basic ones right here. And then from there, I added all of the radian measures. So that's a reference for you to look at. On the second page, I was just putting in, this is how you fill it in. What you're going to want to do is on the outside, the coordinates are what you can figure out from each length of the triangle sides. The radians go just inside the circle where it's green. The degrees go on the inside where it's yellow and it's got the little degree sign. For each one of these, I showed different colors, as you can tell. And the coordinates I have in green. One thing you're really supposed to notice here for sure is that cosine is always associated with your x value and sine is always related to your y value. So if it says, what is the cosine of 30 degrees? Remember that 30 degrees is your central angle. That makes this a 60, and that makes this point root 3 over 2. So the cosine of 30 is root 3 over 2. And that's what that's supposed to look like. So I'm going to move on now. The way I remember stuff is I just look at the 45, 45, 90 separately. Here you see I have all 4 triangles drawn in yellow. And you'll notice that the sides are root 2 over 2. And for every one of these, that's quadrant 1 where they're both positive. Here's quadrant 2 where just the x or cosine is negative. Here's quadrant 3 where they're both negative, same values, and quadrant 4 where the cosine is positive and the sine is negative. So if you just remember the one triangle in the first quadrant, what its values are, and then remember what the quadrant signs are, you've got 4 of them right there. Next, I did the same thing with the 30, 60, 90. Here it is in orange in all 4 quadrants. You'll notice that the sides, or the coordinates, are here. The long side along the x is root 3 over 2 because root 3 over 2 is 0.866 and 1/2 is 0.5. So the long side is the x, the short side is the y. When you go to another triangle where it's the 60, I'll put it in here, where it's this one here, then your cosine is the short one, which is 1/2. And your sine is the long one, which is the root 3 over 2. Same values, just switched. So here's another 60-degree angle in quadrant 2. We'll go straight down. It's going to be swapped values, different signs. Same thing for third and fourth quadrant. Swapped values, but both signs are negative. Quadrant 4, swapped values, both sides are negative. So this is just a way for you to memorize these triangles. Keep it in front of you for your quiz for tomorrow. This is a little bit of a cleaner copy, as you can tell. And I did the 45, 45, 90s in green. the 0, 90, 180, and 270 in light blue. The purple I did for both 30, 60, 90, and then the radian values in red. So just remember cosine and sine. Keep this with you, and with this you should be able to fill out the chart on that last page. It's simply asking, these are really the two important columns here. Find either the degree, the radian, or the coordinate, and then fill those in. Once you fill in the first three columns, then here you're just, the sine came from here, the cosine came from here, and tangent is y over x, so you're dividing 1 over 0. That's what you're doing for each column. And that's why it's undefined. Okay, so once you're done with the column, which should take you a while, but it's not difficult. It's just a matter of going back and forth between your unit circle and getting comfortable, and then you should be able to answer all these questions with that. And just as a hint, number 8 is essentially asking the same question as number 4. So then hopefully tomorrow's quiz is going to be exactly like this. I'll ask you, what is the radian value, or what's the degree value, or what's the cosine at this radian, or what's the reference angle at this degree. Things like that that really you just have to look, locate, and find it, and I look forward to seeing you all then. If you have any questions, please ping us, write us, let us know. But you're going to have about 8 hours tomorrow to get it done, 10 questions. We look forward to seeing you there. So this has to be turned in tomorrow before that. Even though it's due this afternoon, we'll still accept it before the quiz. All right. Good luck.